We're here with a preview for Assassin's Creed Apocalypse. So this is a expansion coming to Kickstarter. So what we have in front of us is the demo of the game. So this is, of course, a prototype version of it. So everything's subject to change, rules tweaks, component tweaks, artwork, all that normal stuff, subject to change. But we're here going to do a playthrough for you, and this is the very first mission in the game. Now, while we're doing the playthrough, there are spoiler elements, but we are going to avoid them. So I'll explain what would happen, give you examples of what would happen, but not actually show you the reverse side, the secrets of it, so you guys won't have any spoilers for this playthrough. But this will be a full teach, just in case you haven't seen this game before. Now, we do have a full playthrough on the stream channel of the core box of Assassin's Creed.
Which is awesome. I had a really good time playing that game.
Yeah, so we've been excited for this expansion to see what changes they've made to it. And at the end of this, we'll give our first impressions and also do a comparison between what was in the original release of this game and what has changed, kind of highlight the differences and what we thought about it. Okay, so board set up. We are going to be playing as two assassins. Kim's going to be playing as Alessandra, assassin.
She's back.
She is back. One thing I will note that we are starting with level 2 assassins.
Ooh, okay.
So despite being the first mission, it does say to start with level 2, which is actually pretty exciting. I like that. I like starting with a little more complexity going out of the gate. I'll be playing as Bastiano. If you guys have seen our previous playthrough, these are the same characters we played in the core box, as we absolutely love them. They are back. I will note that Bastiano, his card is a little bit different to align to the changes in this game, because there were canals in the previous version. There's no canals in this one, but there's other bodies of waters we'll get to at the end of the playthrough. But Kim, your ability is once per turn when attacking, you can turn a retaliation into a assassin symbol. It's like a super symbol.
Yeah, so I can go to a super attack.
Yeah, which is great if you miss. And my Bastiano character is kind of the opposite of that. Mine's all about stealth, so I'm going to be performing stealth tests even though the alarm's going off. I also can ignore a stealth test with if there's one character on that spot. It'll make more sense when we get down to the playthrough, but I'm just showing what's going on. So we're playing with those characters. These are the boards here. The boards do have areas on them. Let's take a quick peek at Kim's over here. So we do have space up here for your any ranged equipment you might have. And in this case, we don't start with any ranged equipment, but that's where it's going to go right there. Down here is where you can store any items you might gather. So you can store up to 5. Can't count. 5 items.
Mm-hmm.
Right here is where we're going to be putting your action cubes. You have 3 action cubes plus another one you can save up here, so maybe up to 4 actions a turn. And then, of course, your health goes down here. The other options are we have a hidden blade, so it's how you do stealth attacks, and then this here is your main attack.
The bastard sword.
Yeah, your loud attack. You also have slots over here for your powers. So Kim's got level 1 and level 2 powers because we're playing with a level 2 character out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's going on here. Now the powers are all basically once per memory, so how I understood it. I gave you a new power as well. Let's go through the overall gameplay and we'll talk more about the characters. But that's kind of what's going on with the characters themselves. Okay. The game itself is a stealth game. We are running around this board, and the board is made of these tiles. These tiles are areas we can move into, and it's all area-based. So we'll do attacks on an area, get attacked by areas, and move into areas. Some of the areas might have additional aspects to them. So, for example, if we took a look at this one right here, we do have a hidden symbol here. So this bush here is in tall grass which we can hide in. So in the hiding areas, only one assassin can be there at a time. So you kind of have to keep in mind how that's going to work out. So there's that, and there's also trees in this one as well. So the trees, for example, are over here. This is like one tree you can hop on. Of course, another tree over here. So a few trees flying around. And in fact, there's a tree in our spot too. So
that's cool. That's different, or like an ad compared to the other game, right?
There were still hiding spots.
There were.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the wheelbarrow and stuff, or the buildings.
Yeah, you can hop in the buildings to hide. Yeah, hiding spots.
Coming back to me.
There are also black borders on here. So this here is a wall, for example, that goes all around here. So of course we can't cross over that. There are objective spots. So up in the corner here, right here, this is an objective location. It's actually a clear plastic with spots for 3 miniatures going there. Right now we're starting with 1 guard guarding it. But basically, our goal will be to deal with that objective at some point in this game. There's also spawn points, like right here. This D here is a spawn point. So that's what's going to detail where enemies going to enter the board. And something new, we have these danger tokens. There's a bunch of them. We flip them face down, and I put them on the spots that are declared for this game. But basically, anytime any character moves onto there, we'll reveal it.
Even an enemy character.
Even an enemy character.
Okay.
So because we're in the jungle, there are creatures and other elements that are not good. So, aka, there's gators and cobras in this game.
Okay.
So, you have ability that's going to help us with that, by the way. We'll go over that a little bit later. Okay, there's also, if you haven't noticed, this really awesome miniature. So, instead of the giant tower, we have this structure. This is where you're going to climb up, and you could actually synchronize with it. So, if you're familiar with the video game, you climb this tower, you jump off the tower into a hay bale, and you're good to go.
And you survive.
You survive. This time we've got water basins around it, so these are all stealth areas around it. But if we synchronize up here, we can reveal secret stuff, basically. By the way, I'm not showing the secret stuff, but I'll explain what that means when we get to it.
Okay.
Okay. That's kind of the overall flow of the game. Complete the objective, get back out is the goal.
Okay, so we want to go from here to there and back.
Okay, enough preamble. Let's jump into the mission we're playing. So here's the mission book. It tells you how to set it up, and it gives you the introduction. So let's read through the introduction. Your first contact with the region was as rough as you had anticipated. Harrowing weeks on a merchant ship. Total estranglement in a land where almost nothing reminds you of Italy. The heat and humidity. Fortunately, some of you are well traveled. After weeks of sailing on the mother of rivers, the Ton Magog, as it's called by people you met, you are starting to appreciate the wonders of the Khmer Empire. Traces of its glorious past are popping up at surprising turns on the river, with the majestic temples, grandiose vegetation, and incredible life forms. In a small settlement in the heat of the jungle, you are set to meet Xiao Jun, the assassin who will accompany you on your journey. As you come close to the meeting point, you see the villagers have gathered around a sick bed. Xiao Jun lies there, livid. You understand that she has been poisoned and that she needs an antidote as soon as possible in order to survive. The villagers point out to the area where the village keeps a small stash of locally made antidotes. It seems you will have a first taste of what lies ahead as you spot a group of strangely clad soldiers guarding the antidote stash. So, we're on our assignment trying to meet Xiao Jun, an assassin, a local assassin, and of course they're sick, or we need to find the antidote to heal the village. So the antidote is up in the corner. That is the objective. So our goals here is basically collect the antidote, get out. That's all we have to do. Now there's a sync part of this. So this is a campaign game, and if you get the sync down here, you will put a sticker on the board and basically it's almost like bragging rights kind of thing,
Okay.
like extra achievements. But no assassin has been poisoned by a Viper elite guard.
Okay.
They might have other effects too, if you remember. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It will come
Yeah.
back.
Okay, so everything's set up. Let's go to the table and see what we got to do here. Okay. One other thing we have to do is look at the sub card. So the sub card tells you how to set up the game. The main thing up here tells us to shuffle the 14 equipment cards and draw 2 of the equipment cards and distribute them. So before we start the game, that's part of the setup. So here's the equipment deck. This is basically the loot deck. So right now I'm going to draw 2 of these, and we're going to distribute them between the 2 of us.
Okay.
I did draw an investigation card, which specifically you can't use right now for the setup. So I'll draw next card over. We have Venom, and we have Poison Shurikens. So Venom, for 0 actions, add a poison die to a range or melee attack. If you get a poison, 1 guard is eliminated on the targeted square. So this is new. In this game, we're adding these green dice, and they got poison symbols on them. It's a 50-50 chance, basically. Poison is going to be a conditional effect that's lingering for the game. So we can get poisoned, and we can also poison the guards. That's what Venom does. Speaking of poisoned, Poison Shurikens. If you roll the A symbol, and this one is you're going to spend 1 action to roll a single die, so this might be really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
The A eliminates 1 guard instead of being considered as a normal hit. So you straight up eliminate the guard. Before anything else, the guard performs one attack with their attack dice on another guard in range.
Oh, they go a little
They
crazy.
go crazy, exactly. You throw a poison arrow at them, they start freaking out, they attack one of the buddies instead. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that one.
I think this is excellent for you, honestly. Does Venom? You can probably take the Venom too, I'm guessing.
Does that go here?
That goes to the top right corner. It's a range one.
Oh, that's a range. Okay.
Do you want Venom as well?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Um,
I mean, you could
I mean,
make
you roll a
your-
lot more dice.
You could make your hammer venomous.
You can, but you roll 3 dice, so
Okay.
I feel like maybe you
Yeah,
can
I
just
can
go
do that.
crazy. Because Kim likes the Gamma Slap.
Yes.
So I'm sending for Gamma
I
Slap.
like to do a lot of the damage.
Okay. Now to start the actual game, let's look at the turn structure itself. So here's the game turn. It's going to start with the event phase, which we'll do right now, followed by assassin phase. Assassin phase is we'll take our turns and it's simultaneous. So I can spend 1 action, you can spend 2, whatever we need to until we spend all actions, and that's it. Enemy phase is we'll spawn enemies during reinforcement. We'll move them and then they will attack. Now that's going to be based upon if the alarm's going or not. And then we'll do end of turn phase and rinse and repeat. It goes pretty quick, honestly. Alright, so let's start us off with the event phase by drawing an event card. We have Hatchling. So
I have a feeling it's gonna be hard not to get poisoned in this game.
it might be. So this symbol here means west. So unless the enemies can see us, they're going to be moving west.
Okay.
And hatching means draw 2 danger tokens and place them face down on 2 squares where there are some danger tokens when setting up the map. We're going to do that right now. So luckily the danger tokens are already on the map. So you can put 2 more on a single spot? On squares.
Two squares.
Yeah, on 2...
How about one way over here?
Wait, you draw 2 danger tokens and place them on 2 squares? 2 different squares?
2 different squares.
Okay.
So I put one in the far corner. Where do you want the other one?
Probably here. Or you can put them on either side of that person too.
Oh,
That might be kind of interesting.
You want to
Yeah.
trap this person?
Yeah, we'll trap them. Maybe they'll run
Hopefully it
into
doesn't backfire on us.
it. Hopefully not. Okay, so that's the event phase. Real simple. Now we do the action phase. So action phase, we could do a lot of different things. So for an action, you can move. So movement is area by area. If you use your equipment, it'll tell you how many actions to use for that equipment. Trading, if we're in the same spot, we can trade stuff.
Is trading free or is that an action?
Trading is an action. It's on the card in front of us here.
I'm not reading.
Yep. Objective, it'll tell you how many actions you spend for that one. The big one is saving. You spend an action, just save an action.
Mm-hmm.
When you save an action, you can spend that at any time as long as it's not interrupting something else. So it means you can actually save an action and do it during the enemy turn, which is pretty cool. Or save it for the next turn, or whatever you want. And there is a fast travel station as well for getting out of the board. And climbing the Naga and synchronizing will be a couple actions as well. Okay. So let's start playing. So.
I'm reading my.
Oh, yeah. So
cards
let's put them on the
quick.
screen so people can see what
So
we're
I have
doing.
Terror and Eagle Vision.
Yes. So you're level 1 Terror. This is from the previous core set.
Mm-hmm.
You like this one. After having attacked with your melee up to 2 guards left on your square, immediately flee without retaliating. I'll explain what retaliating is when you get to combat. Unless they are on objective base, so that you can make people run away.
Because I'm so terrified.
Yep. They're eliminated, and they're just gone. So they just run away from you. Pretty awesome. And this one is specific to the Apocalypse expansion. So, one action, reveal the danger tokens on the nearby squares. You can peek at them, and then you can remove any of them you don't want.
Sure.
So, that's going to be very useful. So, my abilities, I have... These are both from the Apocalypse expansion. I have That Was Close. For 0 actions, I can ignore poison. Which hopefully be useful. And then I had picked this one because of Kim. For 0 actions, if there are 1 or more objectives to complete, so we haven't completed objective yet, and there is no alert tokens on the map, the alert state becomes silent. I can turn off the alarm.
Okay.
Because I know
So
you
you're saying that's helpful because I don't care about the alarm and I just go ham.
do. You do.
Okay.
So we do have blades too. So up here it tells you what you can do with it. So if since this is gray, is a silent weapon. I won't be spotted and won't trigger the alarm if I use it. It's 1 action. If I'm incognito, they don't recognize me. I can eliminate up to 2 guards on my square.
Chink.
Yep, ching ching. I also have a hammer. You notice that this one is red. This is going to trigger the alarm if I use it. One action, I roll 2 dice, and then if I roll the A, if I was incognito just before attacking, because of course when I use this I become invisible, add 3 hits to my roll.
Okay.
So that's my weapons. So similarly, Kim has a poison blade. So if she's incognito, she can eliminate a guard, and eliminate guard will perform an attack because they're kind of freaking out because you poison them. And then your loud weapon, it's a bastard sword. Rolling 3 dice. If you get the A symbol, it's add 2 damage.
Aha.
Which is pretty awesome. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. Let's go ahead and take our actions.
Okay, I'm gonna be kind of boring to start.
Yep.
I think I just want to go 1, 2, and save the third.
Yeah, because they're moving west, so we're pretty safe.
Yeah. So.
Now there is a spawn point right there, so you might get spawned on.
Oh no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I can't move diagonally, correct?
Correct, not diagonal.
Um.
You can move another spot, or you can wait to see what happens.
Maybe I just hold. It's kind of. Is
Go
that
there?
too cautious?
That's okay. That's fine.
Just go. I can still only save the 1.
Only save the 1. That's right. Yep.
So those are gone anyway.
Yep. I'm gonna do something similar. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I'm gonna save an action, and I'm gonna go and put myself, since there's no enemies here, into the hiding spot. So one thing about these hiding spots, if you notice that there is a tall grass right here, but there's also one up here, and you notice that they are up against the edges of the tiles. If the tiles ever touch like that, it is basically considered one big hiding spot right here. And so if I'm in the spot, I can actually move to the next tile and stay in that tall grass without it coming out of it. So I can basically sneak up on people that way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay here. Well, hopefully someone will spawn up there, and I can sneak up on them and take them out, so you can see how that works.
Now, am I in danger because I'm not hiding? Are they gonna see me?
No, they're only moving west. If they spawn there, they're not going to move south.
Even though they can't spawn, they won't check for visibility and see me.
You're not visible right now. You're incognito.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Basically, the difference is if you're incognito, you're like this. If you're visible, you put a red ring on you. But we like to just put them around them, so it's a little easier. That means they see you.
Okay, I remember.
Okay, so that's basically our turns. Very simple. Moved up, save actions. That's basically all we're doing. Now we have to figure out what's happening with the spawn. So there's a spawn deck right here. We'll draw this card, and we'll flip it over. And because now I've got green screen, so this is gonna look a little weird. Because we're in the alarm's not going off right down here. It's all green. We're gonna put a stalker in A, B, and D. We're gonna spawn in. Now the stalker is this card right here. You see, it's got the same symbol. They roll 1 attack dice, and they only have 1 health.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the weak ones. There's also elites. The vipers, they'll come out later with a spawn deck as well. In fact, you can see right here, if the alarm was going off, we'll use the right side, and a viper would spawn at B.
Okay, cool.
That's all we have to do for the spawn part of it. Now we move on to the next part. So that was the reinforcement. Now we do movement. Movement, like I said before, is based upon this card. They're moving west. So if they can move west, they will, unless they're guarding an objective. So up there, we've got 2 enemies that are on the objective spot. So they can actually put them in the plastic. So they're not moving at all, no matter what. But the rest of them are going to move west.
She's going west.
Yep.
She's going to flip these
And then
2.
one of those is going to move west as well.
Yep.
And those guys are at the edge. They can't move west. So yeah, flip them over, both of them. And then actually, we can take a quick peek at what they are. So here's what you see. So actually, this is a really great example. There is a green area, which means if it's on land, it's the blue area, the blue background, it's in the water.
Okay.
So, in the river specifically. So this first one is an X, means this does nothing. If this was in the water, this would be a rock. And a rock is something you can hang on to if the current's pushing you, basically. So that is gone. This one is going to do something. They ran into a cobra.
Ah, Bite her.
If they're in the water, they ran into a gator. Exactly. Cobra it's a little hard to see with a green screen, but 2 green dice. So go ahead and roll 2 green dice and see what happens. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
So, that is 2 hits. That is going to take him out.
She is dead.
Nope, she's a body.
Oh, she's a body. You're right.
She's a body. So, that is it.
Now, are the enemies smart enough to say, if she goes here, I see a body, is that going to trigger an alarm in the same sense that if it was like we murdered her, or is it?
Yes. No difference. No difference.
I was kind of hoping they'd be like, oh, she was bit by a snake. Cool.
Yeah, nope. They see a
Okay.
body, they can suspect.
Okay.
But it's not guaranteed. You roll dice to see if they notice the body.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Now, refresh our actions, our turn.
Yes, that's end of the turn. We will get our actions back and we do the whole thing over again. So the first thing will be the event phase. Let's get the game plays really fast when we get down to it. A Cobra, back up! Choose a square containing 2 or more guards.
Okay.
Which is
corner.
only the top corner. A Cobra attacks one of them with a poison die.
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately?
Immediately, right now.
Okay. The Cobra Strike missed.
Missed, so nothing happens. Okay. All guards who survived on that square immediately move to a nearby square of your choice, provided there is enough space to accommodate them.
I don't think they would leave the objective.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't.
Because the objective is special. If they're on the plastic piece guarding that point, that is their job.
Right. So I suspect that's probably going to be an additional note here. We'll play that way. But if you notice down over here, this is the direction. It doesn't tell us anything. So on the next, when we do the spawn, and then we do the movement, then we'll draw a new event card. Only look at the movement, and then that's what direction they're going to move. Okay.
All right.
Now it's our turns, and we have 4 actions.
Do you want me to use my Eagle Vision to see what those 2 tokens are?
I mean, we've got a clear shot to move around if he did that. It's up to you.
I think I will, but I have to be
It would
nearby.
It would be good to get to that body and maybe search it.
So I'll go and I'll move here.
Okay.
That's 1 action.
Yep.
My second action, using my Eagle Vision.
Yep.
Spend that action. Reveal the danger tokens on a nearby square. Remove those of your choice, then leave the others face up. We have Cobra, which we wouldn't want. I'm going to take that away.
Yep.
And then this is also nothing. So I'm just going to take that off.
Yeah.
Now this is once per memory, so it's a 1 and done for this.
It is 1 done. There's one above me too you can do. It's every nearby squares plural. You can do that one as well.
Oh, on the nearby squares.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
That's also a Cobra. I'm going to...
Unless you want to leave it.
I'll leave it there, because the enemies might be dumb enough to go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that is spent.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see. Do you want me to start moving?
2 more. Yeah, can we move in sync?
Yeah, we can move in sync. So let me move me for 2 actions. I'll run around here. I could get in that spot, but I couldn't clear the body. I might just... I guess the question is, are you going to go up north and try to take care of those guards, and maybe I go south and we do a pincher maneuver?
A pincher maneuver?
Yes.
How so? You want me to take the guys in the despawn area?
That's what I'm wondering. I might spend another action to go into this one and go into the hiding spot right there.
Okay. I mean, I can spend 1.
You just wait there too. You probably, well, it depends on...
No, I'm gonna, because I don't know where they're going. If they spawn, I'll be in trouble. I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
That's all my actions.
Okay. That is it. Now let's go ahead and see what the spawn is. So no alarm going off yet. We're going to have 2 at A, 1 at B, and 1 at C. Okay. And the direction they're going to move is going to be north. Moving north.
All right. Well.
Uh-oh. That's not great.
So they might see.
Oh, that one's going to get hit by a Cobra.
Yeah. So let's do the Cobra one first. There's only 1 guy over there.
Yep. So go and roll the die.
No.
It's 2 dice.
Oh, 2 dice.
Yep. Roll another die.
Still no.
Okay. So they survived.
Okay. Now these guys may or may not see this dead body.
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the dice and see if they catch it. So when you roll 1 dice per person.
Yep. There's 3 guards.
There's 3 of them. So I've got... So this means they see it if the alarm was going off.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. So these are technically blanks. We roll it 1 more time. We're almost off the board here. Hold on. Blank. That is amazing.
So that's the total of 3 rolls.
Total 3 rolls.
They did not see this body.
Did not see the body. We're okay.
She must have fallen in the bush, and they don't see her.
That's where the snakes are.
That's why she got bitten.
No combat to worry about because they don't see us. We're good to go.
Okay.
Next round. I would love to take them out.
I have a proposal.
What's your
Because
proposal?
I have poison shurikens. I could shoot in there and hopefully hit somebody and she goes crazy and takes out her friends.
I can safely take out them.
Or you can just do that.
Yep.
Go right ahead.
Okay. So what I would like to do is let's go ahead and move me because I'm in that hiding spot. And notice it's touching the other hiding spot.
Mm-hmm.
So for my first action, I will move into that zone. Now, normally, I would have to come out through detection tests and see if they see me, but I don't have to worry about that because it's a one continuous hiding spot.
Yeah, so you're just rolling through the brush.
Exactly. Crawling through underneath the tall grass, going over there. Now, my second action, I'm going to do Dual Hidden Blades. So I am Cognito. Spend one action, eliminate up to 2 guards. Ding ding.
Bam.
So 2 of them down. I think I'll just. You know what I forgot to do?
What's that?
The event phase.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the event phase. We're gonna fix this real quick.
Well, we're gonna do the event phase real quick. Sorry for that. Clear cut. This is not gonna matter, I don't think. So moving south, any Viper, which you don't have on the board yet, on a square with tall grass cuts it immediately. So they can actually remove your hiding spots, which is interesting. If possible, she moves to a nearby square containing tall grass and cuts as well.
Okay. So that's not applicable because we don't have a Viper. So
We don't have
we were
Vipers.
okay.
We're fine.
We're okay.
But they're moving south.
All right. So your turn's still valid. You can
Yep.
finish your actions. There's one more enemy in your square.
I think I will spend my last action to take them out with the hidden blade.
Okay. Can you hide the bodies?
Yes, unless you want to do that. It's up to you.
You don't have any loot. You could do that.
I can do that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
go right ahead.
What are you going to do in your turn?
I was going to move and shoot north. They're moving south.
Okay.
So if they do spawn on D, they could come into the spot, though.
That's true.
So that is
That's true.
risky.
If you get more than one, though. If only one spawns into, you're safe, because I think they're going to block that objective.
Oh, you're right. They would stay on the on that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to risk it. So go ahead and pick up those bodies.
Okay, I've got one saved action. I'll spend that to loot the bodies, so they're all off the board. Now, when you do that, you can start drawing from the equipment deck. So you draw 1 card at a time. You can choose to draw 0 up to the number of bodies you removed. And you can stop drawing at any time. You might want to do that because there are some bad cards in the deck eventually. So first card I will draw into is Venom. So that's good. I'll just hang on to that.
Okay.
Second card I'll keep drawing into a Smoke Bomb. Yes, I love this one. One action, target a nearby square. Any exposed assassin on that square becomes incognito. So you can hide somebody, which is great. I'll keep drawing. Oh, I got Poison Shurikens.
There's one more if you want to push
I'll do it.
You've gotten a lot.
It's fine. We're fine, right?
Okay, what is it?
We're fine. A grapple.
Okay.
With 2 actions, if you're on a tree at the top or at the top of Naga, move to the top of another tree on the map. This does not hide any assassin. Oh, that doesn't hide any assassin. Basically, you can't double up spots.
Okay.
You enter the hiding spot directly, so you don't perform a detection test. So you can basically swing from hiding spot to hiding spot, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Okay, so that is all of that equipment. That is awesome. And I am tapped out. I have no actions.
All right. I have 3 actions. 1 to move.
Okay.
2 to shoot my poison shurikens.
Ooh. Okay. So you're gonna be rolling 1 die.
Yep. Or do I just go nuts and charge in there?
You can try that as well. Now how combat works is when you roll the dice, there's a couple of results. There is the hit result. There is the A result, which will trigger the special effects, of course. And then there's also a retaliate result. If, after dealing all your hits, anybody still is left, all of them, if you roll a single retaliate, will try attacking the person that attacked them. And you become invisible.
All right.
So it's a risk. If you roll that right away, they see your shuriken, and they attack you.
Do you think this is a good idea? I feel like you don't think this is a good idea.
It's fine. It's fine. Just see what happens.
Well, I mean, what else would I do? Would I run in there with my sword? Like, just...
Yeah, I mean, the other thought is you could try to sneak up there, too.
Am I sneaky?
You can take a smoke bomb from me if you want. So if you do get spotted, just drop a smoke bomb.
I'm gonna shoot the poison shurikens.
Okay.
This has to be a hit.
The hit. Got him. So how it works is you will then look at the enemies. So for example, this says 1 health, so that's enough to take him out. Now, if you were attacking the Viper, for example, notice the Viper has 3 health. You do not do partial damage in this one. It's all or nothing. So that 1 hit would not be able to take out the Viper.
Okay. I have one more action. Unfortunately, I didn't poison kill, and I think I'm just going to shoot again. All right, so my last action, I can run away. They're coming south, and I'm not hidden. Or I am going to try to shoot the other guy. Because if they spawn in D, they're likely going to see the body anyway. And the alarm's going to go off.
Yes.
So I'm just going to take a shot. Last action.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of what I wanted before, but that's fine. She's dead.
Yeah, so you eliminate a guard. That eliminate just takes them out completely.
Yeah.
And they will do an attack, perform an attack on guards within. Oh, perform an attack with her dice on one or more guards within range. These are actually range guys. They actually shoot
How far?
nearby spots, only 1 space away.
Oh, okay.
So they will actually shoot right now with that black die.
At me?
No, at another guard.
There's a wall there.
Not up here. Right there.
This is a wall. Oh, no, it's not a wall.
No.
There isn't a wall.
So roll a black die.
Okay, so wait, she's not quite dead yet. Stand back up and shoot your friend.
So she's like freaking out.
She's poisoned.
She's poisoned.
Delirious.
So roll a black die.
She's shooting her neighbor. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
All right, well then she's like, oh, dead.
Just missed. What are you doing?
What's going on over there?
Okay, so that is it. We're tapped out on actions. So let's see what the spawn is. 2 at A, 1 at B.
Okay, that's actually really good.
Is really nice, actually. You grab the Viper up there.
Oh, whoops.
So, yeah, these are just regular people. And then they're all going to move south, if they can. Yep, and that one can't because of the wall. Perfect. Okay. They don't see us. No combat happens there. We move on to the next round. Get our actions back.
Event deck.
An event deck, yep. So here we go. Find them! During the enemy movement step, if the alert state is alarmed, now this is the movement step, not now, the enemies will move 1 more square in the direction indicated by the compass, which is west.
Okay.
And of course, guards don't move away, of course. So we'll have to double check that when we get to that step. Okay, we are in a pretty decent spot, actually.
Yeah, I kind of think we just move, we get the objective, and we just start hightailing it out of there.
I think so.
Because the extra goal, or the challenge, is not to get poisoned.
Right.
One of us, we cannot get poisoned.
Right.
Okay. So right
now,
okay.
I could try climb this.
Remind me again your benefit of climbing and synchronizing on there.
Yep. So how it works, and I won't reveal this, but if you climb up there, you can spend an action to synchronize. When you do that, you will take this card and flip it over. This card will have an image of the map, and it will tell you secret stuff on the map.
Oh yeah.
So generally, there is loot someplace. So we'll put a loot chest on the board, and you can go there, and that's how you get access to this deck, which is the loot deck, the chest deck. Now there might be other things on there too, secrets. Maybe the board changes a little bit. Maybe there's a new enemy on there. Could be a lot of things, but generally there's loot.
Okay. Well,
how about you start, and then depending on how you do,
right.
I will make up my mind.
1 action to move.
Yep.
It's free to loot bodies. Is that right?
1 action to loot the bodies.
1 action.
Yep.
Oh.
1 action to do the objective too. So might as well do the objective.
I'll do the objective.
Yep. So that's now gone. That whole plastic piece.
But I can't loot the bodies. I don't really want to stay there.
Oh, yeah, you don't have another action.
So you might have to do that. So then I'm just going to spend 1 and run back here.
Okay.
So I would, yeah, don't do this part yet. Just run up there and clear those bodies so that we're not discovered.
Okay, so 1 to move up there, 1 to loot the bodies, and 1 to come back.
So you can draw 2 cards. Do you want to? You're full. You're fine. You don't need to do that.
I can draw 1 card.
You're just tucking them into some sort of chest, or you're hiding them under the floorboards or something.
Let's draw 1 card to start. Ooh, Pilferer. For one action, if there are no exposed assassins on the map, a macabre steals their alarm bell, which actually silences the alarm. This is how we turn off the alarm.
Okay. Well, that's a perfect. You love those types of cards.
I do.
Anything about manipulation, you're all about it.
Alright, so that's all my actions, all your actions. Let's move on to the enemy reinforcement step. Still no alarms, so we put one at A, a elite at B, and then one at C.
And they're moving.
And they're moving west. And yep.
We're gonna have to get through this.
Okay.
Can your grappling hook get us over a wall together? That's
No.
not okay.
It is only tree to naga to tree or tree to tree, and it's only one assassin.
Only you. Okay.
Yep. Event time. Here we go. Lucky Star. Moving north. One assassin can immediately spend an action once, and then choose one type of die. During this turn, after every dice roll of the chosen type performed by any assassin, you can flip one die to the side of your choice.
Oh, I really want to do that.
That is pretty amazing.
Um,
I might choose this one, so you can run up there and...
I was actually thinking the attack die, because we can set the poison kill die.
Oh.
And then hope we clear ourselves a path between these two.
I like that. Okay, I'll spend the action for us.
Okay.
So you can do the poison killing.
Yep.
And they're moving north, so we do have to keep that in mind.
And it's during the turn, so it's as many times
as many times for every roll.
Okay.
Which is pretty... Yeah, for every roll of the die, you can flip one die. So if you're rolling one die, you just
I'm just deciding what it is.
Yeah.
So this is perfect.
This is amazing.
So first action, insta assassin symbol on my poison shurikens.
Yep.
So I'm gonna hit her, and she's gonna go delirious and roll the black attack die, and hopefully shoot her friend next to her.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so they're both dead.
Nice.
This is gonna work out really well, Steve.
Okay.
Nobody knows we're here. I'm gonna move again.
Yep.
Or move for the first time here. Move here, and I'm gonna do another shoot attack.
Yep.
And again, set the die
to the A.
To the assassin symbol, and please murder your friend again.
Okay, you can't see what she's rolling. I can't,
but it's a hit.
It is a hit.
Bam.
That's amazing.
So good, Steve. All right, I'm out of actions, unfortunately. But you should move, because this head's gonna move up there.
Yeah, I have only 2 actions, unfortunately. I'll move 1 to your space.
You can save the bodies.
I could, but I don't think they're getting spotted. I think I'll save my last action instead, because they're not gonna get.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Save. You don't have to do it now.
Okay, that was pretty awesome turn.
It was brilliant, Steve.
It was worth the coordination. All right, here we go for spawn time. So we have 1 at A and 2 at B.
So I have a question. What happens when we run out of enemies again?
Yes, so in the previous game, if you ran out of enemies, you lost the game. This one's different. They're not introduced in the first mission, as far as I understand it, but there's a new enemy type called a Fury. That's what they look like. So what you'll do, you will add an extra enemy out there, and these will pop up on the assassin spots and basically harass us. We have to deal with them and also make it so that we can respawn the normal enemies, and then they'll go away. So basically, while we're out of enemy types, a new enemy appears, and we have to deal with that extra threat. Okay, so we moved everything. Yeah. We spawned. Wait, we didn't move.
We didn't move the enemies yet.
So, yep. And then that's it.
Event card.
We reset the game, and then we do the next event card. So here we go. Patrol. Moving west. All groups of 3 or more guards on the same square immediately move 1 square in the same direction as determined by 1 randomly drawn event card.
Okay, so we gotta worry about this group here.
Yep. If this move would take them off the map, place them in the reserve, so they will actually leave the
okay. Draw a card.
So they're moving north.
Crap. Now there's a boatload of
guys. Only have max 4.
Max 4. There we go.
Yep.
I really wanted them just to wander off the side here. Go take a lunch break.
That'd been awesome. Okay. Yeah, they're on patrol, catching up to us. Now we can take our turns.
Do you still want to go do this?
Yes, I'll do that for Yes, let's go do that. So, how about you take care of the bodies, and I'll head that direction.
Okay.
So first thing I'll do is I'll spend one of my actions to move south into the basin.
You have a token
I
to
do have a
find.
token, so let's flip it over and see what it is.
Viper.
The Viper. Okay, so let's roll the
Don't
die.
get poisoned.
Nothing.
Oh, yes,
We're
good.
good. Okay. I did have a ignore poison, so that's good. So my first action. Second action, I will climb up onto the Naga. Okay, and then I have another action. I will synchronize with it. So what this would mean is I would flip this over and we would reveal it. I'm not going to do it for this playthrough, but that's what happened.
Can I see it?
Sure, you can look at it, but I'm not going to show the camera.
I know what I would do in this situation. I would know what you would do in this
Yes,
situation.
I know what I do. And then once you're at top, you can attack from it. You basically can't do anything from that. But for 0 actions, I can do a swan dive, the leap of faith down to the bottom.
Right.
But I'm not going to bother with that because I have to grapple, remember?
Oh, you can
So
go to
for
a
2
tree.
actions, I can go to a tree. There's a tree right here. So I'm going to grapple right there on my next
Well,
turn.
that's a nice little shortcut.
Yeah.
You're going to save your 4th action and just grapple next turn?
Yeah, I'm going to grapple
Oh,
next
because
turn.
it's 2 actions
It's
to
2
grapple.
actions to do.
All right, well, fine. I'm just going to sprint through the forest and catch up. 1 action to clean up these guys.
Yep.
I will...
Do you want to draw anything?
Give me 1. Let me
One
start
card?
with 1,
Okay.
because we haven't seen the bad card yet.
Smoke bomb?
Okay.
So let you not be visible. You want to keep drawing? You're good.
Nope, I'm fine.
Okay.
Second action to move here.
Yep. They are moving west, so you don't have to pick up... Well, you might.
Oh.
Depends if someone spawned at sea.
Guys
But
there.
maybe you don't care about it. Maybe just keep running through.
Okay, so my last action, I'm going to go hide in this bush because I think you just checked that they will not search for me if I'm hidden.
That's right. So they move that spot, you're safe.
Okay, so I'm
Yep.
safe there even if they spawn. They could spawn and find the bodies. It's fine. We're just running away.
That's right. Okay, that is our turns. So let's do the spawn time. So looking at the silent one, we have an elite at A, 1 at B, and 1 at C.
I'm so lucky I'm in a bush.
They
They don't see me.
So normally they would do a detection test, which we would roll the die. And how it works is if it's blank, you're fine. If it's this symbol and the alarm is going off, the eyeball triggers, they see you. If it's this symbol, they just see you straight up. So,
Yeah.
but you're okay now.
Yeah, because I'm hiding.
And now they're going to move west.
I'm moving west. So they're going like this. Now she has to see if she sees her friends there.
That's right. That's right.
So 2 dice.
2 dice and see what happens.
Nothing.
So, yeah, because if the alarm was going off, you see the bodies, it would happen.
There is no alarm. We are
There's no
really
alarm.
lucking out,
Yep. This might be a completely stealth mission.
which is odd for me.
It is odd for you. Okay. Get our actions back.
Okay. Do we have to shuffle these cards?
We do. So whenever we run out of the event deck, we shuffle it and remake it. We'll keep going. So we just have to get out of here to finish the game. We draw into another hatching. So,
danger tokens on any 2 squares.
yep. Which, actually, you can put it right here. That may be, sure, there and there. Put it on those 2 spots. Because we're not going to either of those 2 spots.
No. Would this immediately flip though? Because there's a guy there.
So now anytime you move onto that spot, or if one appears in a spot, you do have to reveal it. So let's go and see what that thing is. It is...
I don't know what that symbol is.
Oh, that is equipment, actually. So you can actually find bonus equipment, potentially, which is good for the assassins.
So you said it's good for assassins. Does the enemy do anything with that?
They just discard it.
It's discarded.
Yeah,
This goes off the board.
It goes out the board. So that was a good
Okay.
thing for us that we just didn't
Didn't get a hold of. That's
so.
fine. All right, our turn.
Our turn. So what I'm going to do the grapple. For 2 actions, I'm going to discard this. That's what this means, to use it. And I get to move from the top of the Naga to top of another tree. So, right there. Yep.
And you're immediately hidden in the tree.
Yep, but I'm going to leave out of the fast travel.
So it's an action to leave?
Yep.
Good thing I have 3, because here's 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Bam!
And that will complete this mission. So,
Wow, I'm actually really surprised, Steve, that we stayed stealth the entire time and it went as smooth as it did.
it did.
Because historically, that's not really what happened.
No, historically not. Historically, the alarm does go off.
And it's mostly my fault.
Because you were playing the noisy character in this
Mhm.
one, and you had fun with that one for sure.
Yep. But we did look out. We had a lot of good rolls when we needed them. That set the die card came out at the perfect time.
Yeah, that was perfect. Being able to take out all those enemies was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Was huge. Now, there is a reward card. So at the end of mission, there's some there's text that tells you what happens, which I won't read because I don't want to spoil it. Also, you gain this card, you flip it over, and you will be able to give it to an assassin. Um, we'll leave it as is for now, but just so you know that happens.
Can I read it?
You can, yes, Kim can read it
I want to read it.
without someone. Okay, so the other thing that happens is after we're done with the mission, we go into something very new for this game, and that is exploration. So in the previous one, there was a base which you managed and upgraded and did actions in there. Now it's very different. Now we have this open world map to go through.
Okay.
So here's what the map looks like.
Oh, so it's of size.
Yep,
Okay.
pretty big size. I have it on the screen, you can see it. Now, disclaimer that a lot of it is blurred out because this is a prototype. It is only showing like a small portion of what will be on the map. But important thing to keep in mind is down in the corner is basically where we are. So if we look at this area right down here,
Where are you looking?
right down here, this
Okay.
is where we are.
I got you. Okay.
Yep. And if you notice up here, there's space for cubes. So right now we can take 3 of our cubes and we can put them on there. And I'm just going to use health cubes on my screen here just so you can keep track. But now we can spend these cubes to move from that node to a legal spot. Now, unfortunately, when I scan it in, it's hard to see on the screen, but next to it are some numbers to tell you what this node connects to.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, so we can go to 1, 2, or 3, for example. And when you do that, there's actually a chart on the board that tells you what sticker to grab. So you take a sticker and you put it on there that will mark that you visited it and maybe reveal new stuff. Now, what these things mean is up here. It actually has a nice legend up here. So anything with a person means you will normally get equipment, but there could be other stuff, normally interacting with a person. There are temples, which can get equipment and loot, which is really cool, maybe a chest. The big one is the memory or mystery location. So basically the goal is we have to spend these exploration tokens to find the next mission. So generally you want to go towards the question marks for that purpose. The 3 cubes are marked up here. So basically you always have 3 cubes you can spend.
Okay.
So, and then there are also fast travel spots with the eagle. So if you're at an eagle for 0, you can appear at any other eagle spot that you visited. There is also a plus where you can go heal. That's a healing spot. And then there's a space where you can craft. It says crafting as well. How that works is you would discard any equipment you get to craft any items you come across. There's basically the crafting will say you need to discard 2 white cards and a black card or something like that, and you unlock this new ability or new equipment.
Cool.
And those are removed from the game. That's how that works. So right now we can spend these actions to move around. Now this is very spoilery, so I'm going to explain what it does without showing you the details of it. So for example, Cam, which one would you want to go to?
Either the temple or the memory.
Okay, let's go to the temple. Let's say we went to the temple. So let's say we went to 2. I would grab the sticker and put it on there. So what would happen is you would draw a random card from the deck to a temple card. And so I will show you one side of it without flipping over to show you what the results are. If you don't want any spoilers whatsoever, this is probably the only slight spoiler you're going to run into. Go ahead and stop watching and jump to the final or first impression section at this point. But if you're ready to stick around, we'll show you just this one side to get an idea of what you will encounter. So for example, we found this. They who seek find. Moving through the jungle, you notice the ruins of an ancient temple. A majestic Buddha sculpture seems to gaze upon you with a benevolent smile. But your good mood is short-lived. About 15 silhouettes are there, busy excavating the ruins. They haven't noticed your presence yet. So now we have an option. We can choose A, you try to find out what they are looking for, or B, you move away stealthily. You make your decision, flip it over, and see what happens.
Okay.
So I'm not going to do that, but that is what these things are. And there's cards for a lot of those things you encounter on the map.
Cool.
And basically, so that would have been one of our actions. We could spend another one to keep exploring that spot, or keep wandering until we find the mission. At any time you are out of these actions, you can still keep exploring. Now, the risk to doing that is you will then start going up on the threat track. So there's a threat track up here, and you'll start moving up this track, and then you might trigger some bad things, basically. So you're not out of the woods, but you kind of want to be very cognizant of what you do with that. There's a lot more going on in here. So we saw some miniatures. There are some really cool ones in here. Like we'll come across Xiao Jin, who will join us on the mission. So she is someone that we will mutually control. So we can run around. We can actually give her actions, and she has some very powerful abilities. So she's a third actor that will help us on our journey. Of course, you'll see this on the Kickstarter page, but there are amazing miniatures like this guy here.
It's a bigature.
It's a bigature. Yeah, this guy's is awesome. Like really cool detail, really amazing miniatures in this. So that's going to conclude our playthrough of this. Let's go move to our first impressions. Okay, Kim. So this is your first time ever playing Apocalypse. What are your initial thoughts?
I like it. I of course want to see more because this was very high level. We also didn't want to dig too deep into it for the playthrough. I kind of wish the alarm would have gone off, but we got, we're really good stealth players tonight apparently, but got a little lucky. But yeah, like I said before, we had our playthrough of Assassin's Creed before. It was really fun to go through. You're leveling your characters up. You're getting more and more equipment, and you're trying to build out your set essentially, which I like doing. I know not to speak for you essentially, but you're much more stealth than I am, which again, I'm surprised that it went as well as it did.
I'm surprised too. I thought for sure you were going to trip that alarm. Right?
I really,
because you always do.
Because I didn't go in, just maniac attack with my sword. I was smart. So, yeah, I think it's good. Again, I'd want to see more to really give this version of fair judgment, but I see the potential, and I like the different map and the exploration aspect of it. I think there's a lot that can be uncovered there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Probably unsurprising because I absolutely love the previous iteration. The one in Italy was a lot of fun. We played the whole thing on channel. You can follow the whole stream. If you want to see more of the gameplay, honestly, go over there and it'll give you a decent idea the nuances as opposed to this one here. So, because we go over this real quick, basically.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, because the gist of the game's the same.
Right.
You have your event cards, you're spawning your enemies, they're going to move in a certain position. And then you want to manage the alarm and try not to get caught.
So let's talk about the comparisons with the core box, the core game. One of the big pros I see is the hiding spots. So there were hiding spots in the previous one, but if you went from one tile to another tile, you automatically had to do a detection test to make sure you weren't spotted. Basically, you were in a spot, you had to jump out, move to the next tile, then jump in another hiding spot. Now if the hiding spots are touching, you can just crawl through the tall grass, which is awesome. Yeah, I love that.
It bumps the thematic stealthiness aspect up quite a bit.
And drops the luck down too, obviously. Because there's no roll, you just move, right? Now, of course, as you saw in the playthrough, there's a chance that those might get destroyed, which is really cool. So you do have to adapt to the situation. And the event deck will change throughout the course of the play. The campaign. Normally you unlock cards, add more cards to the event deck, and things will change. So that is new. Really like that. The miniature Naga, I actually like a lot more than the tower. The tower was really cool. The tower was huge.
It was too big.
It was too big.
This is manageable.
Yes.
The tower, as cool as it was, we never used it. It was just too big.
Yeah. It was fun. It's a fun piece, but this was a lot nice. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
The setting very cool. Jungles, love it. I like how there are now danger tokens, which are creatures in the jungle that are both good and bad for depending on the situation. Like you saw in our playthrough how a cobra took out some of the enemies for us, which was great. But now they're bodies, right? So you got to be careful, make sure that people don't come across it, maybe get over there quickly. But you can leverage that to your abilities. So, other things, the equipment is similar. The chests and rewards are all very similar how it plays out. I like how you don't run out of miniatures and lose the game. Now you have something else. These new enemy type that appears, very, very cool. The other thing that's new is the additional assassin. So in the previous one, you could actually have Ezio join you. but we never actually did that in our campaign. Really, it was rare that we ever had him come on the mission. It was better for him to stay at the base and help out with the base activities for us.
Yeah, for us, that was a personal choice. I mean,
Personal choice,
we
right?
could have brought him out.
We could. I think we did a couple times.
Yeah.
So I like how now we have Assassin just following us around, and she doesn't increase the player count. She's just an additional person that can help you out. And then she's got some very powerful abilities, which is really fun. The big one is the base is now gone. I feel like I was probably the only one that actually liked the base.
I liked the base. At
Oh, you
first,
did like the base. Okay.
At first,
Okay.
I wasn't sold.
Okay.
If memory serves me.
Yeah.
But I grew to really like it and use it as a good tool for what it was. But I think I might like the map exploration better.
Yes. Absolutely.
But I'm assuming I like this is the first time I saw it. I don't know much about it.
I like
but
the
I'm
base.
excited to see it.
I know talking to others, I got the person. A lot of people didn't like it because it wasn't something they wanted to do.
It was like a side management thing that
Right.
people didn't get too excited about, but yeah, again, I didn't feel that way because after a while, it's like, oh, this is actually very helpful, and
It was.
let's use this strategy to help the gameplay. So I like that part of it, but yeah, I do think the map portion of this I might find a little bit more engaging.
Definitely. Because the big thing about this game is your wounds don't heal between missions. So if you took damage, you're going to be down on health going into the next mission. So in the previous version, you had to go to the base and heal yourself. So now you actually have to wander the jungle and go find someplace to heal you, which is pretty cool.
I just found antidotes. I mean, maybe there's medicine in there. There should be.
Right, of course. Now, any poison effects you have will wash off between missions.
Good.
And poison, how that would work, we'd actually describe this, but if you take poison damage, you remove one of your action cubes and you put a health cube there instead, which is a blocker. Now you have less actions going forward. So it's pretty detrimental. That part I think is okay. It's not my favorite mechanic. It's actually in V Sabotage as well, where you take wounds, you have less actions. There are of course ways to remove that and get back to full health, so it's not a huge deal, but that's in here as well. But yeah, I would say the map is probably the biggest thing, the open world. That is a really cool thing, and how you can have these adventures and explore and make these decisions.
Yeah.
Very, very excited for that. We've only seen a small portion of it, because you can see in the corner. There's very little revealed to us, but overall, I like this a lot. I think the decisions they made, the changes they improved on this, are all very good. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, just
Okay.
overall, I really, since I was a fan of the first playthrough that we did, I think I'm gonna like this one. The gameplay that we did today was very basic, I feel.
Yes.
Like we didn't,
Yes.
we barely scratched any of the surface
Yeah.
of it. So I would say if you want to see more of gameplay, go look at the original stream of the campaign, and that's going to give you a much better feel for the game itself.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because we're trying to avoid spoilers for this one. Go watch the previous core so you can get an idea for that. Also, this is an expansion, so you're going to need some of the core materials to play this one. Okay, but I think that's going to wrap up our first impressions. If you have any other questions, let us know in the comment section below, and we'll do our best to answer them. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next stop.
Bye.
Bye-bye.